on this computer. Right, we are live. So hi everybody who's watching in real time, and hi everybody who's watching at a more convenient time for themselves. And for everybody who's watching at a more convenient time, I need to tell you we've had a bit of a false start. So those of us who are live in real time have had a bit of a dress rehearsal. So the focus tonight is about prana. So the yogis living in the shadow of the Himalaya thousands of years ago basically fathomed the inherent quality of motion in creation, and they called it prana. A rough translation of prana from the Sanskrit is energy or vital force, but that is only a very rough translation. We can't quite pin it down to exactly what the Sanskrit means, but that will do for our purposes. Prana is present in literally every aspect of creation. So there's a great universal prana which it was there unmanifest at the very beginning of creation, and it became energy and it manifested, and it's called Mahaprana or Great Prana, and it's literally everything in the universe. There's also individual prana, and everything has prana, even inanimate objects. Our food has prana, and on the subject of food and prana, it's really brilliant if you've got the opportunity to maybe grow your own food or get really fresh food, because obviously food has got its prana, but the longer that it's picked before it's eaten and kept around, it uses up its prana, so it loses its goodness. So, eat your food fresh as you can to get the full prana. Yoga is an energetic practice, and by that I don't mean I make you sweat by doing stuff. I mean actually underlying all the yoga we do, we're essentially working with our prana or our life force. Prana can get blocked and stagnant. So tonight we're going to be doing some asanas from the Pavan Mukti series. Pavan Mukti means wind release, and no, it's not yoga to make you fart, because prana is often thought of as breath or the pranic winds. So it's a way of moving stagnant prana and unblocking blockages. Anyway, if you would like to make your way onto your mats, on your backs, we'll make a start. Oh, get up, get up. Just something I want to show you quickly first. One of the things we're going to be working with is moving the arms, so we're going to twist the palm up one way and the palm behind us the other way, and then alternate. So the shoulders are twisting but moving in alternate directions. So I just thought I'd show you that while you can see it, because it's easier to show than describe. Okay, so make your way back down onto your backs. Just taking a minute to just really stretch out. Arms overhead, flex and point the feet. Just really stretching out the legs, stretching out the back, stretching out the shoulders. I don't know how many of you have been sat at an office desk all day or hunched over something. Even gardening hunches you over. So just take a minute to just really elongate and stretch out. And now drawing the arms back overhead, hugging the knees into the chest, and have a little rock. So rocking from side to side, just easing out the lower back. And then bringing both feet down onto the mat, knees bent, feet mat width apart. Drawing the arms out to the side, and we're going to windshield wiper the legs. And at the same time, we're going to do that little twisty thing with the arms. So the arms are twisting in opposite ways to one another. And you do this as the legs go over. So just working with the breath, inhale, twisting the arms, dropping both knees over to the right, turning to look over to the left, Exhale back to centre. Inhale, twisting the arms the other way and turning to look over the right shoulder. And carry on in your own time, just working with the breath and the knees coming over, that top knee, really pull it down or push it down away from you so you're getting a real lovely length through the side body on the top. So it's a really, really nice opening for the body. So we're working the fascia in the shoulders, working the neck, we're opening the side body, working with the breath. And now coming to stillness. And then from here, lifting the right leg up to the ceiling to stretch out that hamstring. Left leg can stay bent with the foot flat on the floor, or yogi's choice, you can stretch it out. If you stretch it out, make sure the toes are flexed. Hands can come to the toes or behind the thigh, and just pushing that heel away towards the ceiling and engaging the quad, so really stretching out the legs. My legs have been bent up in a car driving for hours, so it's absolute heaven to stretch them out. And just doing those gentle little rotations in the hip socket. So just working that ball and socket joint. And now rotating the other way. And changing legs. So left leg comes into the air, right foot can stay planted on the mat with the knee bent, or stretch it out, keeping the toes engaged, really firm those quads, pushing up and away into the heel, really feel the back of the legs just starting to open out, and once again circling the hip joint. Tiny little subtle movements, just freeing up the hip in the socket. Now circling the other way. And now hugging both knees into the chest. Then letting the knees drop wide, drawing the feet in, taking hold of the outer edges of the feet, coming up into happy baby. And just connecting in with the breath. Coming to your Ujjayi breath. So you're bringing that little bit of resonance, the throat is slightly constricted. So you can just hear a soft, subtle little sound on the inhale and the same soft, subtle little hand sound on the exhale. Pushing the feet up into the ceiling and pulling down with the hands. So you've got two actions going on. You've got the pushing away and the pulling down. And drawing that tailbone down towards the earth, so you're not rolling the tailbone up. And release. And now both feet on the mat, knees bent. Bring the hands under the back of the head. So just scoop them under the back of the neck and then just bring them up to the base of the skull and just give the base of the skull a lovely little massage. Just fingers circling. Maybe you want to lift the head a little bit. See if you can bring the massage a bit further round onto the head. And then allowing the head to come back to the mat, keeping the neck long and relaxed. And now just bring the hands to the face, just starting at the top of the brow, just little circles. Better if I took my glasses off, and just massaging gently down through the face, just easing out the facial muscles. Paying particular attention to the jaw area. We hold a lot of tension in the jaw. Closing the eyes but keeping the eyelids relaxed. Have a little wiggle with the tongue. A lot of tension in the tongue. Wiggle the tip, wiggle the root. And now come to stillness. And now taking the hands behind the head again and drawing the elbows in so that they're coming in towards your ears. And we're going to do a supine cat-cow, so lifting the pelvis up, so just tilting the pelvis and curling up the chest, exhaling and pushing the pelvis away, drawing the arms down to the mat so the back arches up a bit. Inhale, drawing, lifting the pelvis up, drawing the elbows in, chin towards the chest. Exhale, pushing the pelvis away, arms come down. One more time. Inhale, pelvis comes up, chin comes towards chest, arms draw in. Exhale, pushing the pelvis away, arms back towards the mat, back arches. Draw the knees into the chest and have a little rock. And if it's in your practice, taking both hands behind the thighs, having a little rock along the length of the spine, 2 or 3 times, and then rocking up to sitting, or making your way to sitting in any other way that's comfortable for you. So now we're going to do an exercise or an asana, a Pavanmukti, called pull the rope. So sit with the legs wide apart, and we're going to work with the breath, and we're going to lift the right arm on an inhale, allowing the eyes to follow the arm. Exhale, and the arm comes down. So you're pulling the rope down, the eyes follow it. Inhale, left hand comes up. Exhale, pulling the rope down, following with the eyes. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, arm comes down, follow with the eyes. Inhale, left arm goes up. Exhale, left arm goes down, following with the eyes. Inhale, right arm goes up. Exhale, right arm down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left arm down. It's quite hard, not following the whole head, just following with the eyes. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, arm comes down, follow with the eyes. Inhale, arm goes up. Exhale, arm comes down, follow with the eyes. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, arm comes down, follow with the eyes. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, arm comes down, follow with the eyes. And release from that, but keeping the legs in the same position. Now we're going to do some dynamic spinal twists. So raising both arms out to the side, we're going to turn to the left, right arm comes towards the left toe, left arm comes behind us. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, turning to the right. Exhale, back to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale to the right. Exhale, back to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale to the right. Exhale, back to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale to the right. Exhale, back to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale to the right. Exhale, back to center. And now, still keeping the legs where they are, we're going to churn the mill. So the arms come outstretched, hands together, fingers pointed, and we're pretending that we've got one of those round grindstones with a stick in it where you churn. So we're just churning the mill. The arms are coming round in a big circle. We're really just grinding the corn, churning the mill. Keep breathing. Now we're going the other way. We've got a fabulous mill, works in both directions. We've got the deluxe model. Working with the breath, feeling into the hips, mobilizing the spine. Arms are straight. Churning the mill. And release to center. And now we can bring the legs together. We're going to do a bit of rowing. So hands come out in front as if we're holding the oars and we're rowing the boat. Rowing the boat. So leaning forward towards the feet, pulling backwards. Working with the breath. Inhale to lean forward. Exhale as you pull back. And now we're going to chop some wood. Yogi's choice. This can be done squatting or standing. So basically, I'm going to demonstrate squatting, but standing is easy enough to just bring the movement to standing. So feet are wide, whatever width you need to do to be able to squat. Make sure you're nice and balanced because we're going to be moving with a bit of force. So joining the hands together. Inhale to raise them overhead. Exhale with a ha to chop. Inhale. Whoops. It's a balance too. Inhale. And release. And if you're not already, making your way up to standing, just giving the legs a little shake out. And just starting to become balanced. Rooting down through the soles of the feet. Feet are balanced, all four corners of the feet equally balanced. Drawing the calves, drawing the shins back, engaging the quads, lifting the kneecaps. Allowing the pelvis to come into neutral and feel the force of the pelvis rooting down through the legs into the ground. Growing tall through the spine, the breastbone, sternum lifts. Lift the shoulders up, roll them back and down. Lifting the neck from the top of the throat, chin parallel with the floor. Feeling growing tall through the crown of the head. Keep the eyes soft but focused. And breathe and smile. And release. And now we're going to bring a little bit of flow to the proceedings. So making your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Exhale, sweeping the arms out wide, folding forwards. Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift. Spine is long. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to prayer. And don't forget to bend your knees as much as you want to or need to keep the lower back happy while we're still warming up. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart in prayer. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, spine straightens. Exhale, folding in. Inhale to rise. And building on from there. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift, spine is long. Exhale, folding in. Plant the hands, step the right foot back. Low lunge, drop the right knee. Sweep the arms up overhead and Jnanasana. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, stepping back, downward facing dog. So as it's our first downward dog of the night, let's take a few seconds just to really inhabit the asana, make it our own. So taking any little movements and variations that you want. So maybe pedaling out the calves, stretching out and back and down with the calves. Maybe it's working with the shoulders, bending the knees, pressing the chest back towards the top of the thighs and keeping that length of the spine, lifting the tailbone, drawing the shins back. Maybe it's lifting a leg, maybe that's a straight leg, maybe it's opening out the leg. Same on the other side, maybe lifting the leg, maybe opening out the leg. Now coming back into stillness. And from here, rocking forward into your plank position. And then from here, we're going to go knees, chest, chin. So knees, chest comes to the mat, chin. And then from here, coming forward into a low cobra. Exhale, pressing up and back into downward facing dog. Coming high on the balls of the feet. Step the right foot forward between the hands, low lunge, drop the back knee, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat to frame the front foot. Inhale, stepping forwards, folding in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart in prayer position. Once again, inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Draw the belly in, scoop the belly in, making sure you're folding forward from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, keep the spine long. Just pause here for a minute and feel how you can really start to feel the hamstrings in this halfway stretch with the spine long. Exhale, folding in, plant the hands. Inhale, step the right foot, the left foot back. Exhale, drop the knee to the mat. Inhale, come up, bring the hands onto the front knee. Then open the arms out wide. So inhale to twist to the right, that's a closed twist. Exhale, we're twisting to the left, that's an open twist. And I don't know about you, but for me that's harder on my balance, oddly enough. Inhale, back to center, hands to the mat, stepping back, downward facing dog. Now in our downward facing dog, becoming nice and stable, remembering all those points about drawing the hips back, spine long, and now bring the right hand onto the left calf and twisting to look under that left armpit. Then hand back to center. This time bringing the left hand onto the right calf, twisting to look under the right armpit. Back to center. Coming forward into plank. from here, going knees, chest, chin. And then from here, just coming flat onto the ground, and we're going to take a locust. So stretching, lifting the legs and walking them out behind you to get maximum length in the spine. The flats of the toenails rooting into the mat. Bring the hands back beside you, palms facing down to the mat, so the hands are back by the thighs. And inhale, lifting the chest. Hands stay on the mat. And lifting the feet. Come a little higher, lifting the hands now. And breathing. Exhale to lower. Hands under shoulders, tuck the toes, pushing up and back into downward facing dog. Coming high on the balls of the feet, step the left foot forward, drop the right knee, bring the hands up to rest on the left thigh. Once again, extending the arms out to the side. Inhale, twisting to the left, so taking a closed twist. Exhale back to centre. Inhale, twisting to the right, taking the open twist. Exhale back to centre. Hands to the floor, frame the front foot, untuck the back toe, lift the knee, stepping forward, folding in, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, sweep the arms up to rise. Exhale, hands to the heart in prayer. And now we're going to do a different sun salute. So just before we do, if you'd just like to take a seat a minute, I'm just going to talk through a couple of points which I'm not sure if everybody's familiar with, so it's best if we all get on the same page. So we're going to do Surya Namaskar B, and that involves, if we choose to take it, a certain amount of Chaturanga and up dog. So there are options. So if Chaturanga and up dog aren't your thing, or you maybe do one and think, I've had enough of this, the options are, where it says to come into Chaturanga, you can be in plank, you can drop the knees, bend the elbows forward, and then just roll from the thighs to the belly to the chest. It's actually a really lovely way to come down on the mat. So that is one option. And of course, it's always available to you to take a cobra. If you're coming into Chaturanga, you want to come into Chaturanga, just to recap on the arms. So we hold the arms out in front of us, elbows bent, as if we're holding a platter. Then drawing the elbows back in so that they're at the sides, so we can feel the elbows on the side of the body. And then just turn the hands out to the sides and just feel the shoulder blades and feel the top of the back. Just bank that feeling. So that's what the arms and the top of the back feel like in Chaturanga. So keeping that feeling, sneaking the hands forward, turning the palms to face forward, and these are your Chaturanga arms. So the elbows never go back behind the body, they're in towards the sides and they're at the side ribs. So taking that position and just coming onto the ground, keeping the knees down, we'll just bend forward a little bit, then up. Bend forward a little bit, then up. So we don't want to drop the tops of the shoulders down. It's always better to go not very low than to go too low. And then it's perfectly good to take Chaturanga with the bent arms, or you can do it lowering all the way to the ground, if that's in your practice. And the next thing will be up dog. So when we do Cobra, the tops of the feet are flat on the mat, thighs are engaged, pressing down, and the front of the pelvis, so the tops of the thighs are on the mat, hands are under the shoulders, and there's always some degree of bend in the arms. When we come into up dog, the tops of the feet still press into the mat, the hands come back slightly, and the arms are straight, and the thighs come off the mat. And just be careful not to throw the neck back too much. So that is up dog. So remember, yogi's choice, take whichever option is going to feel best in your body. There is no hierarchy and there's no more merit in one option as opposed to the other. And honestly, the yoga judges are not going to come around and give you medals if you take what you perceive as the harder option. Just be really truthful with where you're at and work with the best amount of comfort for your body. So, coming to the front of your mats. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, folding forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, looking forward. Exhale, folding in. Now step, I don't jump, so step right foot back, left foot back into your plank. And take whatever option you want to get to the floor. So maybe it's a chaturanga with bent arms, knees on the floor, coming down and then pushing up into up dog or cobra. Exhale, pushing back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward between the hands. Exhale, spin the back foot so that it's facing at about sort of 45 to 60 degrees. Inhale, sweeping up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the mat, spin the back foot towards the back, stepping back into your plank, and then either rolling down to the mat or taking chaturanga, then into up dog or cobra. Exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog, coming tall on the balls of the foot. Lift the left foot forward, step the back foot to the mat, spin the back foot, sweeping up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down to frame the front foot, stepping back, either plank, chaturanga and up dog, or yogi's choice. Pushing back into downward facing dog. Step right foot forward, step left foot forward. Inhale, folding in. Exhale, halfway lift. Inhale, folding in. Exhale, up to chair position. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to go again. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, halfway lift. Inhale, folding in. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Making the way down to the mat through chaturanga to up dog, or making your way through using the knees on the ground and into cobra. Exhale, pushing back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, spin the back foot, place it on the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. This time bring the arms out to the side. Take a twist to the right, open, closed twist. Twist to the left, open twist. Back to the center, hands to the mat. Stepping back into plank. And then either through chaturanga and up dog, or rolling down to the mat, cobra or up dog, pressing back, downward facing dog, coming tall on the balls of the foot, stepping left foot forward between the hands, spin the back foot, place it on the mat, sweeping the arms up, warrior one. Once again, arms out to the side, twisting to the left, take a closed twist, twisting to the right, take an open twist, coming back to centre, hands down to frame the front foot, stepping back to plank, once again either through chaturanga, an up dog, or rolling to the mat, and cobra, or rolling to the mat, and up dog, pressing back, downward facing dog, this time step left foot forward, step right foot forward, folding in, Uttanasana, inhale halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, exhale folding in, inhale up to Utkatasana, exhale to rise. Oh, I feel nice and warm. I don't know about anybody else. So from here, we're going to come into a standing position, and we're going to become nice and stable. Just make sure that you're grounded, your roots are nice and steady. Placing the weight evenly in both feet. Now shifting the weight into the left foot, drawing the right knee up, hands in prayer position, and from here, stepping back, but not bringing the leg to the ground, stepping back into warrior three. You can keep the left knee a little bit bent till you get your balance, trying to keep the hip closed, so what you're thinking of is rolling the outside of the hip down towards the ground, rotating the inner thigh up, and maybe just pulsing a couple of times on that left leg. Whoops, it's a balance. Okay, then straightening the leg. Whoops, coming to stillness. And then from here, bringing both hands to the ground, keeping the legs where they are, keeping the right hand planted, bring the left hand across the back, and then rotating your chest to the left. So we're taking a closed twist, and that's Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana. And if that's okay in your body, maybe opening out the top arm, bringing it back, both hands to the mat, bending the knee, coming forward to stand, and release, and shake out the standing leg. Oh. So, I'm going to do the same on the other side. So, shall I turn around? I'll turn around. Okay. So once again, grounding through the feet, getting nice and strong through both feet. And when you're nice and steady, hands to the heart in prayer, bending the knees a little, lifting the left leg, drawing it out behind you, and coming into warrior three. Feeling that little dance in the standing foot. Maybe pulse a little with the standing knee, and then coming into stillness, rotating that outer thigh down, lifting the inner thigh. Spine is long, maybe the left leg will straighten. That's where my balance goes. It's okay to fall out of poses and come back in. It's perfectly okay and natural. And then from here, placing both hands down, keeping the legs where they are, planting the left hand, bring the right hand onto the sacrum, and then just rotating the chest to your right, keeping that left leg lifted, keeping the thigh rolling down, and if it's okay in your body, opening up the right arm, Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana, revolved half moon, hands back to the front, on the mat, bending the knees to rise, whoop, and then hands to the heart in prayer. And then just shake out the legs. And And now we need to make our way down onto the mat because it's time to start cooling down. So coming back onto the mat, just making your way onto your back, hugging the knees into the chest, having a little rock and roll. Feet as wide as the mat, and just let the knees knock into one another. Just breathe for a few seconds. And then from here, bringing both soles of the feet onto the mat, and maybe try taking hold of the sides of your mat for a change. We're going to come into a dynamic bridge, and it can be quite nice to have hold of the sides of your mat. So taking hold of the sides of the mat, ground with the feet, keep the thighs squeezing towards one another so that the knees don't splay out. Inhale, push the knees away, push the feet firmly into the ground, lifting the pelvis, lifting the chest. And breathe. Keeping the thighs squeezing in towards one another. Keep pushing those feet energetically into the ground. Pushing the knees away, keeping the chest lifted. And then slowly lower down, bone by bone by bone. Take a breath. Take another breath. Readjust anything that needs readjusting. Pressing the feet firmly into the mat. Starting to roll the pelvis up, pushing the knees away and lifting. So pushing firmly into the feet, hugging the thighs in towards one another. Lifting the chest, pushing the ground away with the shoulders. And breathe. And release. And now making your way up to sitting. So finding a really comfortable way to sit, because we're going to do a little breath practice. We're going to do Brahmari breath, which is humming bee breath, which is really lovely. It's a really joyful breath, and they actually did some research on this, because I was doing some reading around it, and they did a lot of research on it, on the medical effects of pranayama, and they gave a control group of pregnant women certain treatments, and one of the control group, their thing was they had to do Brahmari breath, and I think they did something like half an hour every day. So when they all came to give birth, I think the ones that had done all the Brahmari breath didn't need pain relief, and they had like really fantastic outcomes. And you know, it was a proper scientific paper written up about this. It was really impressive. So Brahmari is like the sound of the black bee. So it's a low, steady humming, and it's said to release stress and cerebral tension, helps alleviate anger, anxiety, insomnia, and it increases the healing capacity of the body, and it can help to induce a meditative state, and it harmonizes the mind and directs our awareness inwards. I'm just going to get something to sit on a minute, because I like to sit on the block. And I think you probably have all done Brahmari breath before, but we'll just go through it anyway. So we're going to place the fingers, and this is yogi's choice, so you can either take the index or the middle finger, and you can place them in the ear, or close the little flap leading to the ear, or close the flap behind the ear, or not do any of it. Closing the eyes, and we're going to inhale, and then when we exhale, we keep the teeth apart from one another, but the lips are closed, and we make a sound like this. when you're ready, in your own time, block up your ears and start buzzing like bees. And just letting go of that practice, blinking the eyes open. And now we're going to come into a little meditation, and from there we're going to make our way straight down to Shavasana. So I'll invite you to go and get anything around you that you're going to need. So your cozy warm things, your blankets, whatever it is you're going to need for Shavasana, your socks, whatever. So just go and get all of those things ready. Hopefully everybody's back with us. So now, warm and cozy, taking a comfortable seat, because we're going to sit for a few minutes. Bring the hands into either Chin Mudra, where the finger touches the base of the thumb, or it can touch the tip of the thumb. It works best for me on the base. I find that easier to sustain, but yogi's choice. And the palms facing it up. And just resting the hands somewhere comfortable on the thighs. So don't put them out unless it's really comfortable for you. Don't bring them out too much if that's going to make your arms tired, because you don't really want to be thinking about them. So just somewhere comfortable. So that is Chin Mudra, which is a psychic gesture of consciousness. Or same gesture but palms down, and that is Jnana Mudra, which is a psychic gesture of knowledge. So whichever one feels right for you tonight, and these are simple but important locks which help to make our meditation asanas more powerful. And from here, just closing the eyes, starting to focus in on the breath. Come to your Ujjayi breath with a little bit of resonance. And then as you inhale, in your mind, chant so, and as you exhale, chant hum. So, hum. So, hum. I am that. And it means identifying oneself with the universe or ultimate reality. So, inhale so, exhale hum. Now just letting go of that practice, making your way down onto your backs for Shavasana. Trying to keep that feeling of quiet and peace. And now feeling the ground underneath you, supporting you. Back of the head, back of the shoulders, tops of the arms, the bottom, the calves, the feet. Give the jaw a little wobble. Just move the tongue and the mouth. Make the eyes soft. those of you who want to stay here, stay in Shavasana as long as you want. For everyone else, now just start to allow the breath to deepen. Start to bring some small movements into the body, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, just coming back to yourself. And then rolling over onto your side to take a few final moments of rest in the fetal position. Using the hands to help you, pressing up to a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed and palming the hands really vigorously together, really building up the heat between the palms. Building up as much heat as you can. And when they feel good and hot, cupping the hands over the eye sockets and just let the eyes drink in that beautiful warmth that you've created. Keep breathing. And now blinking the eyes open, gradually allow the fingers and the hands to fall away from the face. And now hands to the heart in prayer position. And remember, we're all made of the same stuff as the stars. You are stardust. You are golden. You are not alone. The universe is within you. And now bowing the head, lifting the thumbs to the third eye center to acknowledge your wisdom. Hands to the heart in gratitude to your own selves for allowing you this special time just for you, and to all the other yogis sharing this Sangha. And I thank you. Namaste. I'm just going to turn the recording off and turn everybody back on.